Call this meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any reason for the flag?
I have no idea. No.
Just pause again. I moved there.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mayor Caucus.
Here.
Mrs. Passio. Here. Mr. Ranieri.
Here.
Mr. Lobenstein.
Here.
Mr. Farrell.
Here.
Mrs. Kelly. Here. Mr. Root.
Here.
Mr. Wood.
Here.
Mr. Bayshore.
Here.
And Mr. Borough.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given by the clerk in the following manner. 1, posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Clerk's office on January 4th, 2017, and 2, emailed to the retrospect and Kerry Post on January 4th, 2017. We're going to skip over and go right to a closed session, which is, do you have it in here, Joyce? What
So
resolution?
it's all the way at the end, 17-122.
Second page.
All right.
Oh, I see.
So we're going, Resolution 17-122 is a resolution authorizing mayor and council to enter into a closed session to discuss personnel and contract negotiations. We're thinking 20 to 25 minutes. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Ms. Patsy, second by Mr. Lobenstein. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're going to go in the back room. Resolutions. Is there a motion to bring us out of closed session?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Lobenstein, second by Mr. Root. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're in open session again. We're going to go through our agenda items first. Resolution 17-114 is a resolution appointing ROK Industries, Inc. As the, this is the tax lien company. This is the one we've used for the past 3 years. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make a motion.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly. Yes. Mr. Lobenstein.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
6 ayes.
All right, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-115 is a resolution confirming 2017 appointments. We have in the police department 3 substitute crossing guards at $10.75 an hour. Patricia Manna, Larry F. Reeves, and Valerie J. Skinner. And in the fire department, we have Daniel Dobelman as a fire inspector. He's a current employee who's taken on the role as a fire inspector at the same, whatever his same title. He just has to be appointed by state law. He has to be appointed. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Passio, second by Ms. Kelly. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
6 ayes.
Okay, that resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-116 is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to hold a tax sale for delinquent municipal charges.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Mr. Root. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
All right, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-117 is a resolution authorizing the collection of fees and costs from delinquent taxpayers prior to the tax sale. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Root, second by Mr. Farrell. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
6 ayes.
That resolution is adopted. I guess everyone understands that 14 through 17 were all the resolutions to do the tax sale with this electronic company. Yeah, maybe next time. Resolution 17-118 is a resolution authorizing a shared service agreement between the Borough of Runnemede and the Runnemede School District for information technology services. This is, if everyone recalls, this is an agreement with the local school board and ourselves. They have 2 employees that work a maximum of 20 hours a week for us for our internet technology, computer services, things like that, at a fee of $5,000 a quarter to be paid quarterly. So for $20,000, we have IT service.
Do we have any feedback on that? Is everybody happy with the services? You happy?
Well, IT?
Yeah.
we have some improvements to keep
All right,
making.
okay.
I'll leave it at that. It's a good, we're heading in the right direction.
Right,
This is our second full year on this agreement.
right. Okay, as long as we're making progress.
Yes. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Mr. Lobenstein. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
All right, this resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-119 is a resolution adopting the year 38 supplemental CDBG agreement. This is, where is that one? Sorry.
150 to 1,000 that we got for the elevator.
This is the $150,000. That's part of the other community block grant. This is the supplemental application for the ADA compliance. Is there a motion?
Also move. I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
And Mr. Root?
Yes.
6,000.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-120 is a resolution authorizing an interlocal service agreement between the Black Horse Pike Regional School District and the Borough. This is the police officer. This is the same rate as before. It's approximately $95,000 a year to cover the cost of the police officer. Mr. Amato will be there for his third year in a row.
Right, right.
Triton.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Kelly. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 17-121 is a resolution for the renewal of membership in the Camden County Gym. Everyone knows it's,
I'll make that motion.
okay.
I'll second that motion. As the gym commissioner.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Any other discussion? Ms. Kelly, do you want to say anything with the, we were doing well with the gym?
Doing well. John was here at the Borough to look at all the improvements that we've made at the Borough Hall. He was very pleased. I saw him last night. He told me he was coming today, and we're in good shape.
Thank you.
Good shape and good standing with John. And,
Okay.
he's very happy with everything that's going on.
Good. All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Ms. Wrong name now.
Yes.
Who am I missing? Mr.
Yes.
Ranieri? 6 ayes.
All right, the resolution is adopted.
We have another one to add on for Mark. This is the change order to do the sidewalks and the Washington Avenue project.
Is there a copy of it?
No, I just got this.
Oh, let's look at his report real quickly. You don't mind that we do the resolution now? In case Ms. Passio.
I did.
Okay, the last page of the engineer's report.
You have another copy, Mark?
Is the change order.
After reviewing Washington Avenue, I think the engineering committee, myself went out there. There was a concern by the contractor that one of the trees was, there was too much root over top of the curb. The original thought was to put a plate. 3 of the trees are simply getting a plate, but this tree is a little excessive, and there's a fear that because it's got rot, that it might cause a safety issue. So we're going to, it's not, that's not on here, but it's part of it. The tree is getting removed. Public Works is basically taking care of that. This is for the sidewalk, because once the tree comes out, then there's a problem with all the sidewalk along there. So the general consensus is to replace the entire sidewalk, because on that side of the road is the side where St. Teresa's, the children walk around the block. This is between Washington and Ardmore, and it'll take care of all that and level it all out. The number seems to come in pretty well. It's 8241. It's part of the contract. It's within the, it's a 3% change. Everything's going well out there. So council has to pass a resolution to authorize this. So this is resolution
17123.
7123. It's a resolution to, for the change order for 123 square yards of concrete along Washington Avenue at $8,241.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Mr. Lobenstein. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth? And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
Is that, Bob, that was exactly what we discussed? All right. Was there another one, guys? Resolution 124?
Sorry?
What's 124?
What is it?
Emergency appropriation.
Oh.
Okay, so on Payne Avenue, there was a stormwater line that is 120 feet of stormwater line that has deteriorated to a point where there's a sinkhole on an easement that we have back there. I think it was cambered, and the decision was to dig it up and put a whole new 120 feet in with a slip line underneath Pine Avenue. Is that correct? Payne Avenue. There is a slip line in here, right?
Yes.
Reinstall the fences after they're done, remove the tree, which is not being replaced, and then clean it up. So under the Emergency Appropriation Act, we were able to get 2 quotes. One came in at $38,750 from Perna Finnegan, and one came in at $32,120 from Coastline Construction. The recommendation is to do the emergency appropriation for $32,120 with Coastline Construction. So we need a resolution to authorize that appropriation.
Have we done business with them before? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yes, they did the Orchard Avenue pipe
Oh,
across the ravine.
oh, this is the company that did Orchard
And
Avenue.
they also did another
Oh,
pronunciation.
okay. Yeah,
I don't remember them,
I don't remember that either.
but they were a good company. I think they were a good company. So the idea is this would get started immediately because there is a big sinkhole, and we do have photos if you want to see the photos.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Root, second by Mr. Ranieri. Any other further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
All right, the resolution is adopted. All right, resolution, or now we're going to do new business. One thing we're going to start changing is, and we can discuss this, is under new business, we're going to put each committee's title. So for example, public safety issues. So, if you see what they are there, I don't know if I can run the meeting, but if you want to jump in.
Yeah.
And every department, if there's an issue that wants to be brought up, we can put it on the agenda so we don't forget it. Most of these issues will be taken care of hopefully at the next council meeting, but if it's something's just a discussion item, Joyce and I discussed maybe breaking things down per committee. It might have been my idea, but Joyce was.
I think it was your idea.
So under public safety issues, the committee, do you want to report? You can see what it is, I'll let you.
The Public Safety Committee met with Officer Van Auken, and we hope to appoint him as a full-time police.
The committee's recommendation to the full
Yes,
council.
That is our recommendation at the September 5th council meeting.
Okay, and he was on our civil service list, he was number 2.
Yes, right at the top of the list. He was excellent.
Sure.
And he's very highly recommended by our committee.
Is anybody else from
And we
not the
hope that
committee? Is there
everybody,
Anybody have any other comments on that?
No.
Because what we're going to do is going to let him know that he's going to be here for the swearing in.
Yes.
We'll appoint him at the council meeting, and we'll swear him in at the next council meeting.
I've known Christian since he was 6. So,
He's young,
Good
he's
kid.
sharp, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So we need him.
And he loves our
What's that?
town. And he
We're going to
loves
appoint him
our
and swear
town.
him in at the same
Yeah,
time.
he does love it.
Okay, so we'll let him know, you let the committee knows that that was the recommendation. So we'll let him know to be here.
and the Geigelman appointment, we're meeting with Mr. Geigel. Everyone has been given his resume, and we'll be meeting with him and a formal interview tomorrow at 4:30, and that's Public Safety Committee.
And that's for the potential appointment as provisional captain pending civil service testing.
Provisional pending civil service testing and
Correct.
temporary period of not to exceed 12
Correct. And that's in the ordinance, I believe.
It'll be in the resolution.
months.
We have resolution.
Okay. You want to continue?
All right, the 2 fire department.
No, keep going down the list there. Salary for police captain.
Salary for police captain, that's
Well, I mean, the discussion that's been, just let everybody know that there's no salary ordinance for a police captain. We haven't had a police captain for several years. So the idea is to split the difference between the chief's salary and the highest sergeant salary. So the highest sergeant salary, I believe, is around $95,000. The chief's salary is about $108,000. So the difference is, Joyce?
6,300 and change. I don't have the exact.
So it turns out to be about 101 would be the captain's position.
Exactly.
But the captain is no longer entitled to overtime and any of the outside employment. So make sure that that's clear with everyone. It's a salaried position. Now you want to go to the resolution for the...
Okay, and then we're going to be doing resolutions purchasing 2 fire department vehicles. They will go to the captain and to the fire safety director, the deputy chief. And then their vehicles go down to the next people.
What kind of vehicles are they? Pickup trucks or what?
Yeah, yeah. And then we have 1 police vehicle, a new interceptor coming. I want to speak about that a little bit because I want to clarify some situations that we've heard about the damage to the undercarriage in these vehicles when the upfits are done. And what is happening and especially in Austin, when the upfit is done, they're not sealing, they're not making the proper seal, or some of them aren't even sealed. So your exhaust fumes, your carbon monoxide is coming right up into the carriage. We get all our upfits done by Suburban. Suburban has never had a problem with this. They seal everything, the integrity is maintained, and we don't have that problem. This is not a factory problem. I want to clear this up too. This isn't the factory that's doing this.
It's not the Ford vehicle.
The car comes to us.
The dealer.
The dealer delivers the car, we get the car, then we send it out to Suburban, and they do the upfit. So that is where the issue is in Austin. The police department was doing the upfit themselves.
And this also
they
includes...
really weren't doing it properly.
And Ms. Kelly, this is also the camera that goes in the car, the radios, everything. It goes back completely.
I read about a story on it, and I saw some pictures. They left holes in the underneath where they're sticking the hoses back into the car, right in the exhaust. It's not very
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they...
So it's not an issue for us.
But that's beside that point. All right, so...
The next is the resolution.
Resolution appointing, we met with Brandon O'Connor, the Public Safety Committee, met with him, and he's a fine young man, fully certified, and we got him out of the Blackwood Fire Company. I don't know if any...
He's on our civil service list.
Oh, yes, civil service.
He was number 1, or I think there's something like
He
number...
was like second? I think he was second, right, Patty? Wasn't he second on the list? Yeah. And very, very qualified. So he'll be starting at 35.
So the committee's recommendation to the full council, again, is to hire Mr. Connor. Any other discussion on Mr. Connor from everybody?
And he'll be appointed along with the police officer.
Fire and AE.
Yeah, fire. Oh, yeah, he's everything.
He's everything. He does fire and AE.
And then the raffle license for the club.
Well, the salary would be, because in our
He's
contract,
35.
there are 3 different levels, not trained, only 1 training, and fire any EMS training. Since he has fire any EMS, his starting salary is $35,000.
Okay, now if you recall at the last meeting, we hired Kelly into the records department of the police officers as a clerk, and I don't know what her full title is, but
She right now is a records keeper 1.
Records keeper 1.
Records technician 1.
Records technician 1, excuse me.
Okay. She is doing very well, and I understand that she's brought in some innovations already. What I liked about it, she researched what police departments did in other towns, especially Gloucester City. She went into the Gloucester City Police Department and spent time with them looking to see how their procedure was. And
You're talking about the office, the way the office runs.
Yeah, and it gave her a good inclination of how she thought it could be improved here and I understand she's made some nice changes. And then we got a retirement letter from Roberta. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. We're going to receive that, so we'll receive that retirement letter at the next At our council meeting.
It's on the next page of your,
Is it on there?
other issues, retirement letter from Roberta.
Other issues,
Right, look at the top of that page.
Oh, yeah, I thought you went to the next page.
other issues, yeah.
Other issues.
Other issues, retirement letter from
Next.
Roberta.
Did you skip the raffle license for the women's club? I mean,
I
that,
did already said that.
yeah, so we sure said that.
And the other thing is, the firefighter contract, which has been quote finalized, I believe you've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Is now at the firefighters for their final review and signature, which we anticipate, and we anticipate having it back before you sign it next Tuesday, so that you will then be able to ratify it and that direct signature.
Did everybody get that, the fire contract?
Yes.
Hopefully they will sign it this week and then we'll do it next week.
So that's all I have on
Okay.
public safety.
I'll go through these if there's anybody's departments. This is sort of, resolution to dispose of the chairs. The Municipal Alliance has requested council to donate the old courtroom chairs to the New Beginnings for their facility. So there will be a resolution for that. Any discussion on that? I mean, we had a couple of offers to give it to different places, but this one seems like the best to go to the Municipal Alliance.
It's a Runnemede base.
Yeah. Refund of escrow fees from Harry Williams Building. That is the Triton Junior Wrestling. They're not sure, once again, because they don't know what will happen in future years. So they had no damage, so we'll give them their security deposit back. Resolution authorizing turnover of uncashed court checks. Our temporary court administrator does a good job. She's identified checks that were not cashed, and so we're going to be turning them over. So that's on the agenda. And then, for some reason, we had the agreement with the Barrington for Construction Office Services. It was just that one little change. I got to make sure, council's already approved this. We need to, basically, there's that slight change you talked about. I need to sign it, and we need to send it to Barrington. They asked for it, and I think that change wasn't in there. So we have to look at that. So, and what that change was any cost that the borough would incur by doing this shared service is encumbered upon Barrington. You remember that? If Mr. Mecca and all the department goes over there to do inspections, any cost is not on us to do that. And we're talking mostly about salary and benefit costs. Then we had public hearings on ordinances 1707, 08, 09, and 10. That is the police, the structure of the police department, the creation of the captain's position, the creation of the sewer superintendent for civil service.
Can I just make one addition
Yes.
to that? Not only are we creating the captain's position, but we're also putting on police officer class 3.
That's the last one.
Separate resolution.
That's the last number 10.
Separate ordinance.
But just to be clear to anyone in the audience or anyone listening, the Class 3 has nothing at this time to do with the school board. I did get a call from the school board asking me if we were creating a Class 3 to put someone in the school board. It was only to give them the opportunity if they want to do the Class 3. Contract that we ratified tonight puts a full-time officer, which is Officer Amato, for the next year. If the school board wants to discuss the Class 3, that's their prerogative. We will have it in our ordinance. That's what you wanted, right?
Yes, yes, that's what we want.
Okay, we went through all that. Let's go.
Want to talk about planning board, all coming off?
Oh, yeah. We do have a change in the planning board. I discussed with Chief Daly and Deputy Chief Liberty that I think it would be more beneficial for the deputy fire chief to be on the planning board as the employee member. I think that, not that Paul doesn't do a good job, but Fred understands the fire side, and the fire side seems to be more of an issue. So I'm going to be recommending that we appoint Mr. Liberty to that seat. Paul has already sent in his resignation letter. I don't think I got the words out before he sent in his resignation letter to Miss Kleehammer. I wouldn't call it excited. I wouldn't say that Fred's excited.
But I think for the benefit of the town, it's a better fit, because there's a lot of issues that happen on the planning board that require fire
Absolutely.
inspection.
Absolutely.
And if we can have our fire inspector there when all these things are going on at the planning board, it's so much more beneficial.
That's exactly the conversation. That's exactly what was talked about. Yeah. So that'll be on there. Is there anything else?
There's a thank you card someone gave,
Yeah.
was it you that gave it to me? Oh, Patty, somebody gave me, thank you, Dr. Teresa, for did we send her flowers for a
I see.
basket? For a basket, I can't
Oh, I
remember.
did give it to you. I
Yes,
did.
somebody gave it to me.
Too bad.
Hey Patty, did you want anybody to report anything from your committee at this point, or we'll just do it at the council meeting?
John's gonna,
Yeah, I'm gonna do my report at the council meeting, but John can talk about the Green Fair.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
happy birthday to your little granddaughter.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. You're all welcome to come over and get a slice of pizza.
You want to go around the table? You're okay, you've got it. I mean, I knew most of your issues.
Thank you, Mayor.
You want to take the microphone?
I don't have a lot to say. Finance is slow, there's not a lot going on. Other than the bond ordinance, all the items that are still unraveling, trucks being purchased, etc. I've been doing a lot of interviewing with the mayor and committees on the new hires in public safety and the police. And also today, we interviewed a tax collector. Was that what the right proper name?
Tax collector, yeah.
Tax collector. Just going to touch on a few items. I've been doing a lot of work for the upcoming Green Fair, September 16th, Saturday. I hope everybody comes. I don't know how to promote it without the electronic sign. So this is the electronic sign portion here.
Electronic sign, we're getting one?
Yeah, I hope so. Just trying to get prepared for that. I'm ordering a couple of, I think 500 door hangers for some Green Fair item that Linda Hurd wanted. Just minor stuff. Some improvements were done in the office. Some duct work was done in the office to quiet the ducts down and also distribute the air more evenly. Other than that, progress, not a lot going on.
You know, I did want to add to that, I apologize. If you guys remember the Finance Committee, the exit audit conference, there was an email sent out. I think Greg and Bob were finalizing it. And then they're looking for some dates. I think it's the first week of September. I think Bob will reach out to the committee and Bowman will reach out.
I usually say that.
Yeah.
This is for 16?
This is for 16's exit conference.
Okay.
So it says audit exit conference dates, and I think it's going to be the first week of September. It'll be after the council meeting, which kind of stinks, because if you remember, then we'd come back in and we do the.
So
Well, it's not-
so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that?
Well, you guys can decide what day. it
On
is.
the 6th, we have that, the conference about the shooter in the workplace.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not aware of
it's
that.
pretty much required that we.
You know, you guys can decide what the date
You
is.
know about that, the shooter in the workplace, Harry.
You'll be there as well, right, Nick?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Now, is
You're not
Bob Lowell going to be there attending?
Bob will be there.
Okay, so we
So
have
Bob's the
to
one who
coordinate
shot the email out, and he's waiting.
You know about it, right?
Mike Cesaro, our auditor, will give us the exact date, but it will be after the council meeting. So within
it.
that
Should they
week,
schedule on a certain day? Is there a day that we can't make it, are you saying?
they'll give us dates, and then you guys pick what works.
Okay, that works.
All right, that works.
Thank you.
That's it.
Rest in progress, thank you.
Saru?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Works is, everything's going good. It's the same grass, clippings, recycling, everything's doing well. We had a little hiccup with the lake. That is, the pump, it was getting clogged. It was from the big storm. We still have a problem with the light. Well, the light's back ordered. The light was a warranty issue, so and that was back ordered. So we're hoping to get that in the next couple of days. And other than that, Harry will talk what he's doing generally. Probably the most important thing I have going on, we're going to have an end of the summer meeting with Harry, and I want to see what we accomplished, what we didn't accomplish. And then take it from there and see what we can do for the fall and winter. In downtime, without the normal stuff of leaves, plowing and all stuff like that, stuff we can do while that's not going on, because we know we're going to have a nice, easy winter, warm winter this year, is predicted.
I would say so.
By me, that's it.
I was going to say, where does that come from?
It's the Mike Root Almanac. So Harry can, if he's got some things to fill us in with, but other than that, it's progress.
Oh, we'll skip and go to council and come back. Mr. Wallenstein?
Talking with Jeremy Pucciarelli and Rich Ford from the RY, Rich has asked that they get a mower, a small mower for themselves, and store it down at Green Acres so they can mow the front field. Our big mowers can't go on there, it's wet, and it puts ruts in it. They're gonna get a shed down there, and they want to put it maybe behind the tennis courts. Let's talk about that.
We'll cut it if it's not wet. If it's wet, they want the ability to cut the grass when
They are going to cut it.
So we just need, I saw you said like indemnify us if they
Yes.
cut the grass.
Yeah, we need a hold harmless agreement.
Yeah.
All right, so if you can draw that up for,
Is there a typical hold harmless from the?
We'll work it out. I mean, just send me the particulars and I'll.
okay, I'll email that to you.
And tell me when we need it.
Okay,
Do we need it by?
This is fall soccer, so.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Pretty
they want
soon.
to cut when they want to cut.
Excuse me.
oh, yes,
They have, RY has not submitted anything for use of the gym for the full-on winter.
okay.
St. Teresa's was already set up, but I have nothing from them for,
Yeah, there are some issues down there right now. Talking with Mr. Bucciarelli and Mr. Ford last night, they got some things to iron out. Apparently Joe Garcia, who was in basketball, left. There's some infighting going on down there apparently.
oh, you're not talking about the gym is okay though?
Yeah, Jim,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
but,
But it
you
just,
know,
usually I have to
yeah,
poke somebody to get them to draw up their schedule,
Yeah.
supply
Well,
the insurance information.
yeah, I'll get that to you.
Okay.
And what else is there? I guess that's about it, really. That's the main thing. Oh, and Saturday morning, there's Mr. Bucciarelli and about 10 parents are going to clean out the building. And they're going to get the stands working again. I went through the place last night with Jeremy, and it's pretty much a mess in the RY building itself.
Are we just using our trash truck or?
Yes.
I thought about it after you said dumpster, I figured
Yeah.
the trash truck would be.
Yeah,
used.
Mr. Wozniak has said the trash truck is going to be there 10 a.m. on Saturday morning with a borough worker. Just put it right in. And so they're going to make some progress down there. We're having,
What are they gonna do, Director?
they're going to clean out the RY building. There's a lot of old junk in there. It doesn't belong in there. There's even pictures up there still from when I was there.
Can you remember, if you're, the fire marshal had pointed out that there can be no items on the stairs going?
That is cleaned out. It is moved upstairs apparently.
You remember
Public
that?
Works went in, yeah.
Okay, you took care of that already?
Yeah, all the trophies are upstairs in that room now. It's a real mess up there. And,
You
but,
said they cleared the egress, but then they just piled it up.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's
It's better than,
egress, ingress, whatever. But, yeah, that's all done now. That's all cleaned up. There's been some vandalism down at, the RY, the fencing. We have kids skateboarding or doing whatever, doing some damage to the fences down there. We need the police to watch a little bit more. I've already been in contact with them about it. And, the rest is progress. I have had, one other thing, I had residents contacting me on Facebook about the kids' bike swerving in front of residents. And they're contacting me and I'm telling them to call 911 immediately. It's not a matter for us here, it's a matter for the police, and they have to take care of that. Progress.
Mr. Farrell?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Right now, Phase 2 is going on Washington Avenue, Oakland Avenue, and,
Amen.
yes, wow.
Yeah.
And also,
It's not so bad when Marie don't live on there anymore.
Isn't that funny?
exactly,
Looks nice, first look good, everything looks good.
yeah.
They're making quick progress.
And that sidewalk is really bad. That's going to make a big difference for the
Nice
kids.
job. They do.
And Elm and Broadway will be our next streets happening. And waiting for bids to come in for Phase 2 of the Borough, which
What
should be.
about Oakland?
Oh, that's part, we're doing Oakland right now, and we're doing
Same
Washington.
contract.
Same guy, yeah.
Washington and Oakland, the same contract? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
So Phase 2 of the Borough, and next week I'm gonna go out with Mark, hopefully, and maybe Patty or one of the people, and for, see what streets that we can come up with for DOT application. We're going to see if we can bundle a couple streets together, make it a little easier, get an application. And there's a lot of other things I'll let
But that
Mark
application
discuss.
is due,
October
So the committee's gonna try to make a report?
This week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the council meeting, we'll have a
Yes.
recommendation?
Yes.
Is everybody hearing that? The DOT, because their funding is coming in quicker? Oh, am I getting ahead of myself?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll explain that to everyone.
Well,
All the rest of this progress.
All right, why don't we jump right in and see who can...
Thank you, boss.
That's exciting. You want to pass that down? No, just quick, why don't you explain the engineering? Okay, just that one issue and just maybe come back to you?
Well, all I was saying is, I don't know if we'll have it decided by next Tuesday on what road you want to do,
I thought the application was due...
October 7th.
Okay, so we're okay.
We have one more meeting to officially pass the.
So we got a month to come up with
If we get a consensus of the engineering committee of what roads to apply for, and then at the council meeting approve that application. I don't think that would happen by the September, so we have to do it in October. Or we could do it at the September caucus work session.
Okay,
So.
just to get the application.
Yeah.
All right, want to start down here then? We'll come back, you always have the most.
Actually, no. Okay, Mayor Council, thank you. Let's see, let you know the website that I took on is up and running and getting a lot of positive feedback on it. So with that, we keep doing upgrades as things are coming in, we're tweaking it and keeping it alive.
I did a Google search with some question about Runnemede and recycling or something, and it took me right to the page on our website. It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With that, it gives me a segue into it that the Public Works page is going to be upgraded and there will be kind of like a click and it will take you from the front page. But we will be putting up in the next couple of weeks the sweeper schedule, the leaf schedule for 2017. That will go up ahead of time. When that starts, we're already starting to see leaves coming down, especially in the Singley Avenue area. And we're actually running it now, starting to pick up some. But we look like probably towards the end of September we'll be full gear on the leafing.
What in September?
The leafing.
In September?
The end of September. The
Okay.
leaves are, yeah, we're already seeing the problem with the leaves starting to come down now. So we're trying to stay ahead of it. We got the 3 leafers up and running. They've all been serviced, preventive maintenance on them. So they're actually good to go, which is odd.
And you have extra parts?
And we do have extra parts. We actually do.
We lose a
And
blower.
what about yard waste, Harry? Are we still doing yard waste on Monday?
Yard waste, pretty much we're doing year round every Monday. It's come to that. Because during the winter time with the storms and that, people put it out. It might not be grass clippings, but it's branches and stuff like that. So we just been picking
Would
it
you
up.
want me to change that? That's on the calendar, that it only goes till the end of October.
We'll probably change that around and just keep that going
Let
every
me know.
Monday. Yeah. With that, I'm still trying to get confirmation for the new truck when that's going to be delivered. It's leaving the company that put the hook mechanism on the truck to the company for the leafer model.
Now, this is the second,
This was early last year's capital improvement project. It's a dumpster truck plus a leafer. So we've been
how come
waiting.
it's taken so long to get it?
There was a feud between 2 of the manufacturers, and unfortunately, ourselves and 8 other municipalities got the blunt of being put on hold.
Do we get anything for that? Extended warranty or something?
Yeah, once it crosses the white line. The warranty starts when we get the truck, so it's not their fault.
excuse me one second, I have a viewing to get to.
Oh.
I'm gonna go, you know Mr. Fazzi, you know him?
Of course.
He passed away, his viewing's tonight.
Oh.
So, yeah, at least it is.
So Harry, how's that truck gonna change the town, your job?
With that, we're expecting to purchase 4 dumpsters. So with that, that's going to take away hiring a third party to come in right now for dumpster service that we're utilizing for metal, brush, so forth like that. Also, we'll have a leafer, the mechanism on it. The truck is built with 2 steering wheels. It's almost like a sweeper. Instead of a 3-man crew for leafing, it will be a 2-man crew. The driver has the controls and can do all the controls from the driver's seat, instead of having 2 people out where you have an employee actually manhandling the hose and so forth. It's all mechanical. And then you just have a secondary worker that just pushes some leaves of the little bit of light stuff. So with that, it should improve.
Let me ask you this. If this is so wonderful, why don't we have more of them?
Cost.
We had a hard time getting this one. What are you talking, it's not here.
Cost.
I
Yes.
mean, but the saving overall.
One guy on here.
Well,
I know.
it's that, but it comes, because a lot of it is, it's, first of all, it's not a Class A CDL that's needed to drive the truck, it's a Class B. So also the mechanism we're doing now is we're hauling a leafer behind a dump truck. And with all the cul-de-sacs that we have, the dead-end streets, it's been hard and time-consuming in the past to do these because you're trying to back down a big trailer, do the work, and pull out, so safety-wise and everything else. Right, this truck alleviates that, so the truck can go straight in, do its job, and back straight out, and it takes away the timing of moving the
So
trailer.
my question is, do we plan on getting more?
Well, let's try this one first.
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Answer to your question is always buy two.
What a year! What a year!
We can't buy one of these a year.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a valuable improvement just alone having one.
And remember, part of this had to do with the one leafer is what, 30 years old?
Yes.
Remember that, so it keeps working, but we finally got a new leafer 4 or 5 years ago, the yellow one that we see, but it's not a big one, it's a smaller one. And then the one before that's got to be 15 years or more.
15, 20 years old, yeah.
The big red one is 15.
Well, what
So,
I'm trying to determine is, why don't we put in place like a replacement plan for these vehicles?
We have, that's what we're working on. We're at the beginning stage of it.
the police department, we did a good job, it was easier to do the police department. But
And
like,
the fire department.
the
look,
fire department's not too
I
bad.
have a 5-year plan from the fire department, and we work on,
Public Works was probably the department that needed some attention, and it's getting it now.
Okay.
We have a new fire, we have a new trash truck, we're gonna get a new leafer. The vac truck has
and
been
get
a
on the
success.
replacement plan, so that every 5 to 10 years you know. Now, like,
Thanks, Mrs. Governor. Now we know what to do, man.
All right, did you have anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Mr. Wood, we'll let you go next. 'Cause Mark's not gonna say anything, but you gotta yell him about. So.
A couple things. I spoke to Mr. Ramsey, who's one of the 2 individuals that we're dealing with the easement. Nice conversation.
Bassett Avenue.
Bassett Avenue, thank you. He asked for a slight accommodation. I talked to Mark, we're gonna do that. We've got the easement running all the way down to the water. We need that all the way to the water just temporarily for the initial access to do the work, and after that, we don't need it past the end of the pipe, but because he has an old dock there that he has the right to rebuild, but on the easement, he wouldn't be able to rebuild it.
Oh.
So we're going to do, Mark's going to do another legal, and I'll modify it. I'll modify it so, with legal description, that's only going to be the temporary easement and the permanent easement will be the
How
rest.
did he figure that out? How did he?
Well,
He
looked
knew
at the
that.
map. I sent him a copy of the map.
Okay, so the easement would run through this proposed dock or bulkhead, and that would
Yeah,
and your point was that he wouldn't be able to rebuild it if
Yeah,
he
his
had to.
point.
His point.
Yeah, and it's a valid point. So,
I mean, I don't care. I'm surprised. I mean, we didn't even.
It's hard to see, but the pipeline ends right there. This dock is in this space here. But we need potentially to use this space for access for the initial work.
This is 10 feet on either side of the pipe.
10 feet on either side of the pipe, but it cuts a strange swath of their properties because the pipe's at an angle.
I'm sorry, it cuts a swath more across his property than the neighbors because the pipe's on an angle, it's not perpendicular.
Is this in your report? This.
No, this is old. I've been working on this, trying to get, he at least responds. Yeah, the other guy I haven't heard from. He also asked me to let the council know that he would be very interested if you want to buy the bottom half of the property.
No thanks.
I understand that, but I told him I would tell you, so I'm telling you. The other guy, whose name is...
What would be the purpose of the borough buying the...
Well, for example, he tells me that at the street comes to a 90 degree.
Yes.
He said, so we dump all of our snow on his property so it can melt and roll down to his property, down to the river. Now, I have no idea if you do that. I'm just telling you what he tells me. Because it's not it doesn't, it's not, that whole space is not really used, nobody's used the property now, it's a whole other issue. But he tells me in this corner here is the Public Works Department dumps the stuff when they're plowing the street. I don't know.
Let's make a note of that. I don't know.
Get down that street.
It's a tough
Well, you have to
street
get down the
on.
street because I assume you plow because it's one way, right?
Yeah, but it's about,
It's fine.
15 feet wide.
20 feet wide, see.
Is it 20?
According to
the right of way.
The right of way.
Right-of-way.
Probably the curve's less, yeah, probably 15.
Yeah.
So anyway, the other guy, the other individual owner has never responded, so I'm giving him one more letter and I'm just gonna tell him. It's my legal opinion that we already have this easement, we're just trying to do this the nice way as opposed to thumbing our nose and say, haha, we have an easement, you know? And then we'll let him know when we're gonna commence work, and maybe that'll inspire him.
Did we get pricing on this pipe yet? Do we know what it's gonna cost us to replace that stormwater line? Do we have to replace the, okay, so the catch, everything has to be replaced?
Yeah, this is a pretty big mess from what I remember.
The bottom of the box is all, the bottom of the box inside the catch basin box to the pipe, that's rotted away, causing.
Undermining at that point.
Also from the pipe that's collapsed and everything else. So, plus it's an old structure that we gotta bring it up to code anyway, so the box we get.
The whole box is a whole new.
Right. So, and an interesting little sidelight, the other individual is the one with the shed.
That's the one.
Who's apparently made noise about the shed, except half of the shed's on Mr. Ramsey's property.
Yeah.
So the shed man doesn't have so much standing, so the shed's just going to go. On the second issue, where are we with Verizon, Joyce? I wrote the letter too, but Joyce helped me
Actually,
out.
they promised, don't mail it.
I know, I didn't mail, you told me not to mail
They
it.
actually came out on Monday, they did some preliminary work. They are supposed to be here one day this week to complete
Okay.
the operation.
So
They showed up?
They showed up, which is a shame, it was such a good letter.
I'm sure the letter was good.
Can
I'm sure it was a good
we
letter.
read it? I would love to read it.
Yeah, well, I'll give you the letter. And last thing, there was some conversation, I don't remember with whom, but, and I know this has come up on a couple of occasions, but I think that you may want to consider having a fee ordinance. You know, so you have a lot of things that people use this or use that, or you're having an event, you want to charge a fee for it, and we don't have an ordinance. We just don't have one that I could find. So it's just a thought. So if that's something that you want to, you know, think about or proceed with, then somebody needs to start telling me the kinds of things that we might charge a fee for utilization or
So
whatever.
we can have one ordinance that lists all the items.
So we don't
So
have to keep
anything would-
reinventing the
What
wheel.
would that be for the borough?
Well, for example,
They want
the
to use the Howard Williams?
No, anything.
green fair,
Green fair, you want to charge people to have a...
the 5K run, any of these things.
We can't charge people
donation.
money if we don't have an ordinance.
We need a mechanism to collect.
Let's do it. My public works fees.
Well, that could be your project.
Okay.
Sit down with.
Whatever fees we have, we could put it in one ordinance and I think
Give
it'd
it
be
to
a lot
him
more
and push it in
efficient.
an ordinance.
Okay, we'll do, I'll take care of that.
So it'll be called a fee ordinance and
It's
we'll
just
list
a thought.
everything.
Yeah, I think we should.
It makes it easy for them, it's not, Lenny, we need an ordinance.
And then if we want to add something, we can always add it. Say
What
we,
about the July 4th book?
it could be that too, to collect the money for that.
Everything that we do. And then I'll put some boilerplate in there that maybe will cover some things
Yeah,
that
the
might be
catch-all,
wanted.
right? The catch-all, to catch anything
Yeah.
else.
That
And,
is smart. We should have an ordinance, yeah. Good idea.
It's only been a 94 years. I mean,
And the rest is progress. I could,
Is it really progress?
it's progress.
All right.
Absolutely.
Mr. Beige.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mike said he'd give me $5 if I just said progress.
Really?
I'll give you 20.
I like that.
We had a committee meeting, engineering committee meeting yesterday, and Bob touched on most things I wanted to talk about. Len talked on one of the things, so I only have two things that I'm going to talk about. One is the state aid application that Bob talked about being due on October 6th. There's a way to get bonus points on your application is if you have a complete streets resolution passed. I put a sample of what it would say as enclosure A in your packet. Basically, it just sets the parameters for if you're going to do a road job, you want to consider pedestrians.
So it's only a resolution?
It's
not
just a
an ordinance.
resolution.
Do you have to do it every year?
No, because what it does is when you do a master plan re-exam, which we're in the process of doing,
Yes.
you should put that into your master plan re-examination. So it just sets the parameters for it. You just have to do it once. And then.
We get an extra point.
You get a bonus point when we do the application, so we could do that next week, if that's something you want to consider. Is
George, do you have
that,
a copy of this?
Can you send it to me in Word?
I can send it to you in Word, yes.
Thank you.
And
That's great.
the last thing Bob did touch about on is we are taking bids this Thursday for the ADA hallway and elevator. So hopefully next Tuesday we would have a resolution to award that contract.
So you want to award it at the council meeting?
Yes. If all the bids come in where we need them to, I would like to have a resolution for that.
Did you know how many guys picked up the bid package? I said before, I don't know if you found
I
out.
did not find.
I'm just curious.
I
I've been seeing a lot of things, a lot of bids going out right now. I mean, I know that the DOT funding all came in at the same time, you said that. So everyone's rushing around trying to get their DOTs.
Right.
Okay.
But I don't know. Progress.
Progress, you're good. Yes.
On page 5 for the slip line, the submittal for payment due, do you need a resolution on that?
Oh, yeah, did you want to do that?
That's just payment of bills.
Oh, payment of bills? Okay.
Just making sure.
Where are we at with the slip line? Is it none?
It's done, we have a punch list, we're reviewing videos and creating a punch list.
If you had to give me a percentage of how many roads or how many lines were done out of the entire town, you got a number?
It's a bad number.
5%?
No. You think it's that high? 5%?
Around 5.
You think it's that high?
Yeah, 5-6% on that. Because also we did also over buying shops, so.
What was the cost of the project? Was it 1 point something?
No.
It was like 700,000?
Calculate it up later.
But some of the lines didn't get done because of some problems that we ran into.
We had two with easements that we gotta work out for future.
And when we were walking Washington, we noticed the manhole cover was covered over. We're gonna fix that this time, right? It was on the list?
It'll be taken care of. It'll be taken care of, yes.
We were walking around and I'm like, this is a manhole cover.
Really?
Yeah. All right, anything else? Okay, let's continue with the meeting. Okay, this is the good and welfare portion of the meeting. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone and state your name and address. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the good and welfare portion?
I got a question for our audience. How's the seats? Nice.
Nice. They're wide enough? They're a little wide.
Yeah, I like the space between.
It is nice, the space. Yeah.
What's that?
The seats.
Because of the security bars, the
The
bars.
other ones were connected right to it, so you're
Yeah,
sitting on your lap.
no,
the
you're
person
sitting on,
next to you.
yeah. No, these are nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the bars. And you see, everyone see they put the rest of them in?
Yeah, they're connected, they look great.
And there was no fee, right? There was no fee
No.
for the rest of those?
Just one question.
We paid for those, but we didn't pay for the
We
others.
didn't pay for the bridges.
Okay.
How stackable are these? Because we have elections here.
You can stack them up to 5, I think, at a time. So it is stackable.
Yeah, it's not-
We didn't buy the carts, right? But we thought that we would just carry them
They'll work.
into the back room or put some of them here, I guess.
They're public works. Take care of it.
I make a motion to close the public portion.
Make a motion to close the public. Is there a second?
I said.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Mr. Farrell. All in favor? All
Aye.
right, the public portion is closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Motion by Ms. Kelly,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Ranieri. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.